The Mountain Miner is an award-winning film that tells a real-life story of a man who returns to his old Kentucky home and the Appalachian music that is such a big part of his life. Dale Farmer is the writer, director, and co-producer of The Mountain Miner. He joins me now from his home in Camden, Ohio. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks for having me. Pleasure.
This is a story that has been told many times throughout the years in real life, and you decided to bring it to the big screen. What was it about Charlie Abner's story that you really connected with and wanted to share?
Well, the Appalachian migration story from Kentucky to Ohio is true for so many people up here, and it's really never been told in film before. And there's just so many people here that I thought could relate with that. And it's based on the story of my grandparents who moved up here during the Depression and how they brought the music with them, how that sustained them in Kentucky and up here, and how they passed that on to me, and how that just keeps going and going, and hopefully will stay in the family.
And what is it about the Appalachian music that, strikes a chord with so many people in so many different ways?
Well, my grandpa used to tell me that when he was growing up, he had three things: work, church, and the fiddle. And it just had to mean so much more to them back then than we can imagine today. How that was their only entertainment, was the music that they had to make for themselves. He didn't have a radio to turn on. And so when they came up here and faced all the rejection and hardships that any migrant faces when they go to a new land, the music just sustained them and helped their souls to cope with those things.
And it was very important to you in the film. You used real musicians to make that so authentic. Why was that so important?
Well, being a musician myself, I'm always frustrated when I see old time or bluegrass musicians in film played by actors and their fingers aren't actually doing what you're hearing and so forth. And sometimes they'll have a pop singer who tries to play old time music, and they just don't have that nuance. It's not authentic. And I just set out to make an authentic music film where the viewer could just feel like they were right there on the front porch hearing the real thing. We also filmed all the music live on set. We didn't do it in a studio ahead of time like all movies do. So you can hear the background noises and the edginess of the music, which so many people love, like those old field recordings that we learned from.
And now the motion picture soundtrack is receiving recognition in addition to the film. And what has the response been to the soundtrack? Being honored with the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame?
It's been a real surprise. We weren't going to make a soundtrack because of what I told you before. We filmed the music live on set. You can hear chairs and bugs and birds and chair squeaks, and there's little mistakes here and there that I wanted in there because that's what you would have heard if you were back in that time. And so I didn't think it would make a good soundtrack, but we kept showing the movie at theaters, and the Q&As, people kept asking for it. I kept getting emails for it and messages. And so we decided to go ahead and make it. And the response has been just overwhelmingly good. And it's been a very pleasant surprise.
So where can people see The Mountain Miner and also be able to enjoy the soundtrack?
Well, because of the COVID hit right when we were in our theater showings, we knew so many people, especially older people, wouldn't be able to see it unless we actually just made it free on Amazon Prime. So we just decided to put it out there on Amazon Prime for free, and people can watch it anywhere. That way, if they want a DVD or a Blu-ray, they can do that on Amazon or our website, themountainminermovie.com. We also have the soundtrack CDs through our website and through every major digital platform there is out there.
Dale Farmer, thank you so much for your time today. Again, the movie is The Mountain Miner, and now the motion picture soundtrack is available as well. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. It was a pleasure being with you today.
The Lord's music's all around you. It never stops. When you play that fiddle, you're part of it.
Charlie, I don't even know where home is anymore, do you?